この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Sangatsu no Lion, episode 22. It is the finale of Sangatsu season 1. Season 2 hype, but also season 1 is ending, and that's kind of sad. I don't know what they're going to do with the finale here. Partly because I don't know if the producers knew they were getting a second season. Somebody, if you could let me know in the comments if you happen to know about this, that would be really cool. Was the second season in the works from the start? Did Shaft know that a second season of Sangatsu would be forthcoming? Like, was it just planned from the beginning? Or did they think maybe they would have to cap off the series in a reasonable way now, in case a second season never occurred? I know there was lots more source material, like there is now with the end of season 2, and then apparently there's a bunch more source material, so there could be a season 3 if they wanted to. But yeah, let me know if they were aware that a second season was coming and that this finale episode was made as like a cap for this segment, but they knew there was more, or if this finale episode was made as a potential end for the animated series as a whole. I think that would just be interesting to find out about. It's been a hell of a journey so far, and I can't wait to see where it ends for this season and how it transitions into the next one. So I'm not going to talk too much about what's happened before. Let's get right into this one. I'm also not going to do a comment spotlight because there just aren't any comments on the video yet, because I just released the last episode like a little while ago, and it doesn't make as much sense for me to do comment spotlights for the shows that have the early access and then I release them and then I immediately start recording the next episode. It just doesn't make as much sense, because either like I have to wait hours for comments to filter in, or just not do the comment spotlight, or just do like end up spotlighting just comments from patrons who have commented in the week prior. So I guess I'm just not going to do it, and I'm just going to be active in the comment section. So I'll see you there. So no comment spotlight. Let's do shill stuff. If you like this video, go ahead and do that. If you hate it, go ahead and give it a big old thumbs down. That's totally fine. If you could leave me a comment letting me know what you dislike about it, that would be really helpful, because then I can figure out where I can improve, and that'd be nice. If you're not subbed and you want more videos, you might want to do that. And if you are subbed and you're not getting videos, I've had a bunch of people let me know recently that they haven't been notified when videos come out, despite having the bell rung. So I don't know what YouTube is doing. YouTube, please let my subs know that I made videos. They clicked the big red button for a reason. And if you really like this content, or you want next week's video a week early, you can head over to patreon.com/Teeaboo to get that and a bunch of other stuff, like the ability to vote in polls and chat with me in the Discord and a whole bunch of other people in the Discord. It's a good time. Would recommend. No ulterior motive for recommending my Patreon. Nah. All right, so episode 22. As with before, Sangatsus are getting blockified by Crunchyroll, so I can't put the full videos on YouTube. So there will be the timer-based version on YouTube, and then there will be picture-in-picture versions for the segment with the video in it on BitChute and Mega. BitChute will be in toaster quality, but it'll be easily accessible, and then Mega will be in pretty great quality, but you'll probably have to download it off of their site and play it in your own media player. Whatever works for you, works for you. The timer-based version on YouTube will contain the full discussion and everything, and it'll all be in one place. And it will have a beep-beep timer. It'll go boop, 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 beep. And on the beep and the green light, that's the same frame that the video starts playing on my screen. So if you're playing along with your own media, that's probably when you want to hit the button. Also, there will be notes over this away, and I won't focus too much on the note-taking, but just writing down things that I want to go back over during the post-ep. All right. I've talked enough and already. Let's get straight into episode 22. I've got it up. It's at 0 seconds. Beep beep timer goes here. Oh, this might be the last time hearing Sayonara Bystander. That's kind of sad. I like this OP. Let me just check, make sure all the recordings are going properly. Looks good. I'm kind of hoping this is sort of a fluffy episode. You know what I mean? New school year. Oh. Oh, that's really sad. Who's the new teacher, I wonder. Hmm. Yeah, he's a weirdo. Hey, don't you diss Ray. He's a super pro. Uh? He has nobody. Nope. Nope. Uh-huh. I feel like he's gonna run into a new character. What happens if you don't get scheduled? Damn right. The legend of our rivalry, fam. Come on. Come on, get with the mangaka or the manga picture. Come on. Oh, sensei. My teacher. Oh, I love this track. Whoa. That was interesting. Square one. Fantastic. Like a depressed little boy. Due to certain circumstances. Why come back to school? This is a good idea. I like this idea. I like this idea. Ah. Ah. And you might meet some people. Where are you going to get 4 more members, though? Holy shit, is S2 a club show? Are you getting what you wanted out of it? No, he wanted a shot to not have regrets. The same lines. Covered again. Yeah, you have to make the change. Oh, that's cute. No. It's gonna be a struggle. Ha 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 ha. So they've made Super Speed Nato? Oh, that's actually really cool. Why not? That was a hell of a sequence. Ha 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 ha. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, are they gonna make him join? The power of the mustache. That's awesome. The Shogi Science Club? Ah. That was awesome. Oof, 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 oof. Will you teach me? Oh my god. After School Shogi Science Club. That's so ridiculous. I love this hallway. Oh. We just had a major tone shift. Stop being such a little dick. Hmm. How cruel! Of course not. Yeah. How cruel! But as he said, he's been eating alone for 11 years. So, damn. Did you just eat an ant? No. Okay. Hmm. Doing it for others. For praise, for affection. Where's Kaneda, though? Huh. Ahsoka. Oh. Oh. Ray. Hmm. Uh-huh. Wow. Somebody better than you. Yep. Hey. That's cute. Good shot. Not so kind. You're bad. Hmm. Wow. Mm-hmm. All aboard the Shogi train. Whose match are they playing along with? Oh, it's Fujimoto. Oh, it's Fujimoto versus Shimada? Bullshit. Bullshit. You've changed. Everyone facing the same direction. Hey, buddy. Okay. Bringing back the other song. Ah! Oh my gosh, these are so cute. Did they get an artist to do all of these? What are these from? Oh my god. I want a Momo. Ah! Thank you. Oh, it was Sangatsu. Okay. Hagio Moto. Hagio Moto. Who are you? Hagio Moto. Who be this? Artist. Foreign prefecture. Blippity bloppity bloop. Okay. Bianca, American Pop. Inno Sankaku. Bluebird. Original Nanohana. It's a shitload of work. God of Shoujo Manga. Cruel God reigns in heaven. Interesting. Real and raw emotions in her art is stunning. But almost none of her work has been translated to animation. Interesting. One of the 24 Gumi? What are the 24 Gumi? Your 24 group A group of female mangaka who heavily influenced shoujo manga at the beginnings of the 70s. Many are considered classics of the shoujo genre, noted for their examination of radical and philosophical issues, including sexuality and gender. And most of the artists belonging to this group were born around Showa 24, or 1949-ish, so right near the end of the war. Interesting. Expanding the genre to incorporate elements of science fiction, historical fiction, adventure fiction, and same-sex romance. Lots of Bildungsroman, or the coming-of-age story type stories. Interesting. Well, that's an element of manga history that I just didn't know about. And Hagiomoto is like the top billing in all of the lists of the 24 that I see. Very interesting. So she is a goddess of shoujo. Really cool. Okay. Okay, so this episode was fantastic. I get the feeling that my question at the beginning, did they know that they were moving forward with the story, is answered by the last few minutes of this. Yes, they know that they were moving forward with the story. Wow. Okay, so we went through quite a range of emotions in this episode. The beginning section is sort of an amazingly woven melancholy and a bit like goofy humor. I mean, with these guys running out, it's punctuated and continuously undercut. This scene where everybody's sort of talking about him without addressing him it could be really dark, right? This could be a really painful scene, but it isn't. It's kind of light. It kind of glances off of him. They went hard and heavy with the shaftisms, if you will. These single color backgrounds to express emotional states really quickly in quick succession. Fantastic. This whole sequence of him imagining walking up to people is really cute because it's so out of character for him, but it's lovely. I love this set of scenes where we get the classic head tilt, but in a sequence of single color palettes. Like he's monochromatically yellow here, monochromatically pink here. And then we get this, like, he is speed lines. He's just a face over speed lines crying. Super emotional and, like, pow. But very much goofy and funny. And then we sort of transition into this much deeper, I have to bear it alone quietly. And then almost tongue-in-cheek with the years turning to hours, or days, hours, minutes. And just... I love that because it emphasizes just how much time that really is. He's like, it's just 2 years. Oh God. Oh God, that's a lot of years. I just have to bear it alone quietly. And that's what he's been doing this whole time. And from our position, we're like, no, Ray, don't bear it alone quietly. You have the family who do not appear in this episode, as far as I know, except maybe in a little flash or two, but no talk about the family at all. This was all focused on Ray. School, young school, teacher, and then the Shogi club. And the Shogi workshop as well. Interesting. And so he goes through what we know he's gone through before. He's got this crushing sense of loneliness, and so he starts thinking about Shogi. I need to focus on my Shogi. I gotta Shogi, sort of putting the blinders on so that he doesn't feel that loneliness if he's focused on something. We're told what's up with the schedule and stuff, and that transitions us fluidly into Nikaido. And that they will have to win all their matches in order to meet at the finale. And of course, Nikaido's perspective on this is like, we are fated, destined rivals. We must meet in the finale. We're going to get there. We're going to beat everybody else in the whole class and fight each other because we're fated, destined rivals. Get with the picture, bro. This is a shonen manga. We'll see how that actually goes. I don't know. And then more speed lines, single color palettes, high emotion, but goofy, tongue in cheek. It's fantastic. Nikaido like reaching out to him while rubbing his nose. Everything is undercut. All of the tension in this episode up to a point is undercut by lightness and goofiness. Like here he has this really, I really like this scene, and the music partly is part of what makes it, I think. This track, yeah. Yeah. He sees the sensei, moves away, and we find out that sensei, what we're seeing here with his turn away, that is the expression that the sensei saw. This animation is really interesting. I don't know what it is about this particular cut. It's really interesting. It's not, I wouldn't call it smooth exactly. It just feels different. Something about the way his hair moves along with his face. I don't know. Starting from square one move at a time, sort of using some shogi puns. And then we get whip arms sensei. I love it. I love it so much. Ah! Single color background and the way he screeches in. Oh man. Full of shaftisms. I was talking just earlier this week during the latest JoJo's episode about JoJoisms, how David Productions has these certain things that they put into JoJo's that make it feel JoJo's and that are almost not present anywhere else. Shaftisms are very much the same way. They're things that are put into Shaft shows that make them feel like Shaft shows and nothing else feels like them. So they end up having lunch, and the teacher gives him this story about how he is trying to get on the side of the students so that he gets invited to their party, and it makes perfect sense. It's great. But then the idea of the Shogi Club is brought up. Before that, we readdress Kiriyama's reasons for coming back to high school. Like, this is the new year. If you were going to make an effort to get something that you're missing out of high school, this would be the time to do it. Everybody, starting off a new year, there's a time to make friends, and why are you sitting here alone when this is the time to do that? Why aren't you taking action? And Kiriyama's kind of like, I don't know. I think a lot of it is just inertia, this is what he's used to. If you don't make an effort now, when would you? And then the teacher sort of recognizes something, which is that maybe this is him doing his best, and just being here is hard as fuck. He has this idea. And this scene with the brilliant light, there's no background. These floating like octagons of hazy lens flare moving over everything. And then the focus on expressions. The camera tracking the droplet down his cheek. It's almost like the teacher is as shocked by this idea as Ray is. It's really interesting. 5 members and an advisor. Where are we going to get 4 more members? Just remembered something. What exactly? Well, I really don't know what he remembered there. Did you come back to high school to eat lunch alone on the stairs like this? I thought you came back so that you wouldn't have any regrets. If so, then what are you doing here? Doing something that you'll regret? Or not doing the things that will fulfill you? Lovely. And it's not harsh. It's not like pushing him. It's just a little prod. Like, I thought you came here for a reason. What are you doing here? What are you doing? What are you really doing? What do you really want? What are you really aiming at? Will this make it seem like I'm not running away? What if I'm only pretending to not run away? The only way to dismiss those doubts is to run toward. And then the water, the symbolic water, creeps back in, covers him. But it's more peaceful this time. It doesn't feel like he's drowning in this scene. It doesn't feel like the way that it has before. It feels a little bit different, and I'm not sure why. I think it's probably the music again. It's probably the music again. And he remembers seeing Shimada, getting joy out of doing the thing that he cares about and helping people with it. You know? Like, that's some important stuff for Ray to remember and to touch on again. If only I could blend in so well as he has. How happy could I be? How... He has no idea. He has no conception of how happy he could be. He has no clue. Because he's never done it. Only one way to find out, Ray. Only one way. And then he asks him to be the advisor. Haha, I got a pros coaching for free. Wait. Oh, you jerk. But it's loving. Loving. Alright, nobody wants to join the Shogi Club. These guys will join the Shogi Club. Symbiosis. I don't understand this Natto thing. I guess they're making super speed Natto and it's just atmosphere. Oh, yeah. This cut. I like this cut a lot. It's super cartoony, and we're from a perspective above him. The perspective on his shoulders and shoulders to waist creates this really interesting, I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird and fast and snappy, and I love this animation. And it's in rapid succession with a bunch of other really cool, impactful cuts. The stomp cut is fantastic. This sort of polka dotty cut over blue. The color palette is always amazing. Again, so much focus on things and stuff. And all these cuts to scenery and setting building. They all graduated. This guy with the mustache is fantastic. He's like the cartoonishiest character that we've met, and he never stops being cartoony. Like, he doesn't have eyes. He really doesn't have a face. He just has a mustache that bobs up and down. And I'm completely sold on him as a character. And we see like these almost hyper-realistic drips of liquid, and then we find out that it's him crying and it's goofy cartoony water. How does it work? I don't know how it works. There's no cognitive dissonance here. There's no tonal dissonance. It's fantastic. All right, here's the snap. So I wrote this one down because I like this cut a lot. Yeah, I like this cut a lot. Oh, it's so quick. And then so much follow through on it. Let's listen to it with audio. Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Yes! Fantastic. It's like almost creepy gropey. And it becomes a symbiotic thing. Will you teach me to? Will you teach me to? It's like with Hina and Momo, except in this case it's more between peers. You know, it's really cool. I like it. He's gaining some friends. Take down the old, up with the new, and then there's this hallway. Ha! I love this hallway. Reminds me of hallways in Lane and Utena and stuff like that. But it's also kind of like a similar visual metaphor to the train and the tunnel of light. You know, they're already standing in it. Just doesn't realize it. Also, I love the way this whole scene is lit. I guess these are all just digital gradient lighting, but damn it, well, it looks really good. Looks real good. All of it looks really good. And then we transition into Fighter and get a major tone shift. This is definitely a flashback, but it's not like a flashback in the middle of a scene. This is a separate flashback. And so it's not grayed out or anything. We're just observing Rei. It's called Fighter. And he sits alone. This little dick. At first I didn't know what they were really going for with this this nobody will sit next to me thing, but once we got to the reveal that it's part of this thematic metaphor of like Shogi, there's always somebody sitting with me. It clicked, and just it's really, I love this writing. I love this little piece of writing. Him alone in that seat is it hits me right in the protect. You know what I mean? And again, he's got this feeling that it's easier to stand still. In this case, it's easier to be sitting alone than it is to sit with somebody who hates me, but that sort of ties into this idea of it's easier to stay cooped up and stay where you are than it is to leap in and move forward. And I think that we can chalk that up to Rei's inertia, right? He's been static for so long that it's really difficult to start moving. That's what this whole season has done for him, in a way. It's gotten him to start moving. And then this, oh man, this scene is just the crushing lack of overwhelming loneliness. And man, oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts. This feeling that he gets of like, I guess I'll just avoid everybody and avoid drawing attention. Better to be left alone than to draw attention. And then he goes off, and as he's thinking all of this, everything is grayed out. Right, he has this terrible idea of what will happen to him. And as he's thinking all of this, we're shown the other kids in the field laughing and having a great time, and all of them have people that they're sitting with and friends, and it's just contrast with the way that Rei feels. He is so alone, and there's nobody he can turn to for help. Like, if he turns to the teacher, it's going to turn back on him and just make it worse. So it's just self-perpetuating cycle of loneliness and being an outcast and feeling outcast. And if you've ever felt like an outcast or felt othered, then you're going to relate real hard to this section of this young kid who doesn't deserve this shit going through this shit. I feel that feel. Hot damn. Normally sneak away from the entire group. Yeah, buddy. Makes it over here. And there's a clear divide between him in this damp sand, sparse, empty of greenery, and then all the other kids on the other side, chilling, picnic blankets, having fun, bright, happy. Clear divide. It's damp, but he's innovative and he's enjoying it. And then he notices the ants. And this is really interesting to me. I don't know what to think about this. I don't know what to think about this scene. He puts down candy for the ants. And this isn't like a generosity thing. This is a curiosity thing. Like, because he's been pushed away from the other kids who are just laughing and having a good time, he notices something really, really interesting and kind of fantastic, and gets some fulfillment, some joy out of this weird observation about a natural occurrence. Just watching ants devour a piece of candy that he's left there. It's really interesting to me. Because very often the kid who's off being antisocial, like playing with grass or digging in the dirt or whatever the antisocial kid is off doing, often they've got a pretty good reason for doing it, and they're not stupid or just like fucking around. They're interested and fascinated by something. And that can be really valuable, and that kind of thing can inspire somebody to like become a scientist or become an entomologist or entomologist. Entomologist is insects, right? How do I figure it out? Entomology. Insects. Etymology is the study of words. Okay, cool. Yeah. And study something interesting. I don't know if the ants themselves and the way they chow down on this candy are meant to be a grander metaphor for people or something. I don't think so. I think we're just seeing Ray finding fascination where he can and finding interest where he can. And they're a way to show the passing of time to an extent, because he pulls out this shogi puzzle, and when he pulls it out, it's like a gust of wind almost coming out of the shogi puzzle and livening up everything in the scene. You know, it gets so much brighter. And he's alone in nature, experiencing it. And you gotta wonder, like, is this less valuable than the kids who are just chatting with each other? I don't think so. I think this is as valuable, despite coming from pain and despite being caused by suffering. He's not taking it as suffering. He's enjoying himself, doing things that he wants to. But the shogi puzzle thing also brings in something else, which is that at this point in Rei's life, he's playing shogi partly because he feels he must, and partly because he craves attention and praise. And the only time he gets it is when he plays shogi and does cool things like solve a super difficult shogi puzzle. He gets praise from his adoptive father. So, yeah, you know, we see this on his face here. He's like, it's like a puppy, you know, like, oh my God, I was praised. He's craving it, craving affection of any kind. And so, you know, he's like a rat pushing a button, like, oh, give me more. More, yes, I'll solve more shogi puzzles. Fuck yeah. Say I did good again. Please. I wonder if Dad will be happy if I solve this problem too. There's a sad beauty to that. And then he's snapped out of his daze, and the ants have devoured a bunch of the candy. I love the way the little ants are animated. It's great. And he's fascinated by this, and as he runs back, he's overwhelmed by this cool thought, and we feel that in the lighting, and Ah! At an incredible speed. And he lies to the teacher. The bathroom was crowded. He'll be leaving. He asks him about his seat neighbor. There was no one here from the start. Then we get this O. Ahsoka! A lump in my throat. Wanted to ask him, would it be that way forever? Will it always be empty? Will there never be anyone to sit next to me? This girl has these little flowers, which are sort of reminiscent of the family. And then it transitions into the ticket. The golden ticket. The golden ticket on the Shogi Express. Always automatically someone to sit across from me. Some of them mean, some of them kind. But this is a seat that is taken. There's someone to sit there with me. We go into the full visual metaphor of the kind of like the Polar Express, the train in space. Hold on to the ticket like my life depended on it. Something to protect at all costs. Sit down on this train with us. Move forward. Move forward. Then the old song starts playing, and it's fucking amazing! Everybody's moving in the same direction. We've all got the same goal. Camaraderie. And Soya Toji. Almost like he's asking to sit down next to him. Woo! Hot diggity dog. Oh man, and then these watercolor panels are amazing. I think these are genuinely watercolored. Really gorgeous. Super cute version of Momo here with the slightly different hair color. Super cute. Overly cute. Too cute. 3 cute. 4 cute. Okay. Well, this has been the finale of Sangatsu. Now a special surprise for you. We're gonna do a transition. Episode 22, finale of S1. Episode 23, beginning of S2. Let's do it. I've already recorded an hour. I don't care. I've got room on my drive, right? Right? It's getting iffy. Let me delete some stuff. Yeah, that's 87 gigabytes. I can delete that. Boom. Okay, let me check all the recordings. That's still recording. That's still recording. Okay, good. All the recordings are checked. Let me run a beep beep timer to sync stuff. Dub timer, yeah. Oop, doesn't have the sound. This is how I sync everything, by the way. In the beginning of every video, I play this. Yeah, I play that, and then I can sync up all the tracks because the audio is recorded on all 3 recordings, and the video is recorded on 2 of them. So I sync it all up, and then it's like the right frame and stuff. It works pretty well. Okay, let me have a sip of tea. New season. Sangatsu season. I downloaded season 2 this morning just in case I wanted to watch the next episode today, and I do, because this final episode felt great. And I would be comfortable leaving it here, but I've also been kind of hyped up about ED3 or OP3, and I'm really curious and I want to see it. So I will give 25 minutes plus discussion time to Sangatsu episode 23, which I am pulling up now. All right, Sangatsu episode 23 is up. It is at 0 seconds. Beep beep timer goes here. His hair is longer. The soundtrack is different. Noticeably different. Also, what's with this aspect ratio? I don't recoil from the wind anymore. Whoa! The style has changed. Okay. Is it the same artist? She's got that same tone to her voice. Oh my god. Rising up again. Setting sun. Whoa. Shozai. Whoa. Right. Sensei over there. Uh-huh. It's a deep game. Nope. Ah, nanyans. Oh my god. No, no, no. This is the real show. I would watch this. Very relaxed. In a relaxed environment, peacefully. Ah, you're out of time. Damn. Can we do science stuff now? Yes. Oh, no. Oh. And there's always someone better. Welcome to life. Oh. This is a film, but it's all done. It's like, what the hell? It's like it's on canvas. Uh-huh. Whoa, he's got a face. Oh. What must that be like? Yeah. Man, the visual language is the same, but it's got so many little differences to it in this season. It feels a lot more polished. And the lighting is off the chain. Is that Shimada? No. Okay. Is that the chairman? Oh, that's the chairman. This is a different guy. I love this guy's voice actor. This you. Indeed. What is he thinking? Keki. Oh. So this super intimidating guy. Oh, what the fuck, dude? Ow. Oh my god, he's so, like, big and intimidating. He's eating all of the cakes? I guess this guy just loves sweets. Is he actually huge? Wow, that visualization. Sugar cubes? And lemon. A lot of lemon. Brilliant. Wow. It's like he's resting his thumb on one of those little blush circles. Were they not? So they're not even sucrose. Wow. That's interesting. Mmm. Ooh. The one move. All right, some science stuff to go with the shogi stuff. Huh. Uh-huh. Ho 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 ho. Mm-hmm. What a cute eye catch. Today's science. Homemade ramune. Okay. Mm-hmm. Just a little. Super shogi food. Huh? Oh. Ho 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 ho. People cheering him on. It's kind of hard. Where's the family? This is awesome, but... well, he's having a feel. Indeed. Indeed. Better than sitting alone. Take it to Akari and Hina and Momo. On the train. I think so. Ah, the city is bright. Yes. Yes. Wow. Whoa. Oh, recontextualizing those strings as puppet strings. There's an after credits. Whoa. Friends. Oh, fuck. That sounded like Kyoko. Whoa. Was that Kentaro Miura? Is that... I'm thinking that's the wrong person. Wait. No fucking way. That is by Kentaro Miura? Really? The, like, Berserk Kentaro Miura. What? I've never seen anything, like, colorful or like fluffy like this. I have only seen Miura Grimdarkness. Episode 23, Sangatsu. It is. No fucking way. I mean, he did the one for episode 1, which is far more like his style and is gorgeous. It's the one with Ray with the incredible cross hatching, creating amazing depth in his fingers, holding the shogi piece like. This though, this is like nothing that I have ever seen come out of Miura. It's so stylized and cartoonish, and I've never seen him do like digital colored work either. Wow. Okay. Guy's got range, I guess. Wow. All right, so let's talk about this episode. First off, the OP is a banger. The ED is also a banger. We started off the same way as the first season, with Ray alarm going off, waking up, going out, opening the window. He's aged and his character design has changed very slightly. It's a lot more noticeably different in this first scene. Like, he looks very different in this scene. He looks like his hair is much longer. And part of that is just that there's more moving in this episode than there has been in previous episodes. There's more animation. And that makes me think, like, that they had more money to work with, because at a certain point with a show like this, like, the thing that money goes into more than anything is in-betweeners and in-between animation, because those are paid per frame. So you can have more cuts done by key animators, because each of those cuts is paid by the cut, and then you can have more fluid animation from in-betweeners paying by the frame, and that's one of the places where money can go. There's also a very noticeable emphasis on digital lighting effects, and it looks really great. It looks really good. We've got this same theme of the light through water, except instead of just being looking in the water and seeing bubbles, it's crazy crazy dabbling and playing with lighting and prismatic, like whatever. It's just gorgeous. These opening scenes, these opening shots are, whew, gorgeous. This is very reminiscent of the first scene of him going black and white with his face there, but the style is very different. First off, it's highly animated. There's the same whoosh, right? But there's also this theme is going on in the background as well. It's not as though the music cuts out for the whoosh. Yeah. Really interesting. It's more flat in that scene. Than it was before. All of the background animation was always stellar. Now it's just brighter. And there's a bit more detail to it, I think. It's a little bit less. How do I put this? It's a little bit less impressionist and a little bit more detailed hyperrealism. Love it. This OP is gorgeous. Full of shaftisms, lots of color palette stuff. Some amazing bits of animation here and there as well. And the song itself is stellar. The three women all have these accents of bright light in their hair, which have been there before, but you can see that Momo's hair, it has this really smooth gradient lighting on it. You see what I'm talking about there? What I'm pointing at? You can see that, right? Yeah, you can see my cursor. Okay, good. Got this really smooth gradient lighting on it. And it looks fantastic. It's pretty much standard practice in digital anime to have hair gradients. I don't know if I've ever seen them look quite this good. They look so good. Hina has it too. In this case, they go from lightest here. This particular gradient goes from lighter here to darker here. And then, yeah, again, darker to lighter with these accents of white throughout. Really gorgeous looking. The little ponytail flip by Akari there is... that's stellar. Everything about this OP is super bright. These water effects look so good. Reminiscent of the first OP. And there's all this rainbow stuff. There's all this colorful, bright, rainbowy stuff. It's super, super different. It actually, not the first OP, the first ED is what it reminds me of, with him running on the water and stuff like that. And then there's this one scene where he's like drowning in the rain, and the super fluid, expressive animation with the hand sort of reaching out for something. The way that one finger dips down, it's almost like he's playing piano or walking his hand forward. I don't know. And just so many interesting cuts, interesting scenes. Like this set of telephone lines, these become train, like that's what those colors remind me of. It's like train routes on a map. See if I can, yeah. These remind me of train routes on a map, and then they whip away into a ripple of colored light. And he's climbing over things, moving beyond borders, moving past stuff, jumping into the water. All of these symbols that resonate with previous things that have been talked about or brought up in the show. Fantastic. And it's fast stuff. Quick symbolism. Stumbling, but running. And he's no longer swimming against the current. He's running on the water. So that's interesting. Lots of reflective surfaces. Just gorgeous stuff. This is such a cute frame. Oh my god, it's so cute. Three of them being cute together. And again, he's chasing this butterfly. trying to grab hold of it. Lovely. Lovely. Oh, where's that one? Yeah, what the hell is this? It's like it's drawn over a real person or an actual portrait of a person. He's got a face. What? What's going on? A lot of this episode is not as deeply thematic as some of the previous episodes. A lot of it's quite light and fluffy. And just showing Ray being in his new element and establishing the setting for this story. You know, we've got this new club, the sensei being around, this cloud hanging over him, and he's you know, we already feel his tension playing Shogi Online. Lots of really cute ideas. And then there's this whole Nyan Nyan Shogi sequence, right? Oh yeah, the CG Shogi pieces have gotten a bit more stylized. And the Nyan Nyan Shogis have gone up in quality as well, which is really cute. And we get this whole battlefield with like crazy music and a full sound palette, I guess. I don't know what to call it. I don't know how these are done. I think they're CG, but they've got some 2D drawing on them too. I don't know. Yeah, with all the camera motions and just how fluid they are, I think they have to be CG. But they it's weird because they don't look shiny. Even there, this appears to me to be 3D animation. Maybe it isn't. This doesn't. That certainly doesn't. Ah, weird. I have no idea. Interesting. Ah, and then there's this sequence. This is probably the most the thing with the most depth to it. And something that I can definitely jump off of and talk about a little bit. So, I'm of the opinion that just about anything worthwhile comes with suffering. And I've talked about this before a little bit, but anything worth doing is gonna hurt. Whether it's exercising and working out, it's gonna hurt. Or, you know, building yourself into an artist, it's gonna hurt because you're gonna spend a lot of time not being as good as you want to be. Or writing a book, it's gonna hurt. You're gonna put in the work. Anything worth doing is going to come with suffering, and it's always going to be frustrating when you don't meet your own expectations. And anything competitive that you do is going to come with loss. There's no just becoming the best and never losing again. That's not how it works. The suffering becomes part of what propels you, and if it doesn't, then you're going to fall off. You're going to fall off train Shogi, you know? The Shogi Express. You've got to succeed at anything, to get to a high level at anything, you have to incorporate suffering into your expectations and, like, know that the storm is there and it's not going away. And it might get worse the better you get, and it might hurt more the better you get. And the better you get at Shogi in this case, the more it's going to hurt when you lose. But you have to incorporate that and like almost become sick. You have to become insane a little bit. Be like, yeah, you know what? It's gonna suffer, and I'm gonna keep doing more of it. You have to like relish that pain. People talk when they get into exercising. They talk about how it hurts so good, or feeling the burn. It's really hard to explain this to somebody if they haven't ever experienced it, but you especially with exercising, because it is actually like we're physically wired to really enjoy doing it. Once you start exercising regularly, you start to crave that pain because like deep down in your bones that it is right and it is what you should be doing. But you tell that to somebody who hasn't exercised and they're like, that's bullshit. It hurts and it sucks and I want to stay the hell away from it. But anything worthwhile in the world comes from seeing pain and being like, all right, I will endure this. I choose to endure this because I want what's at the end of the tunnel, and I know that there is no actual end of the tunnel, but getting there and experiencing this pain makes me better, and it's worth it. And that's sort of what's going on here in this scene, and he's talking about, yeah, it never gets better. In fact, it gets worse, and it starts hurting more, and the more weight you lift, the harder it gets. And it never gets easy, and there's always the ability to put more weight on the bar, and there's always, if you're a runner, you could always run farther and get more sore and more pained by it. But it's worth it. It's worth it because humans are fucking crazy, and we get some satisfaction out of pushing ourselves, and we even get satisfaction out of losing. Because when we win, it feels even better, too. Knowing that we've conquered something more difficult than we could have imagined when we started. Yeah. Yeah. This sequence of different backgrounds is so great. In this case, they're like morphing pixels. And then all these new isms. Like, this is a scene that would not have fit in anywhere in the previous season. This super, super bright, highly saturated, like, normally when we get scenes like this in Sangatsu, they're very pastel, very washed out colors. This is super cartoony. But it works in this season, I don't know why. Yeah, we get the dramatic rhetorical imagery for metaphor. Fantastic. Because they ask him, do you actually have fun playing shogi? And it does not even compute. It's like, what do you mean fun? I just do. This is just what I do. It's like, do you have fun lifting weights? I wouldn't call it fun. I would call it need, craving, satisfaction, perhaps. But fun? What is tear grass exactly? Tear grass. Native to Southeast Asia. Called tear. Okay. Diuretic. Okay, it's not listed as a diuretic. Traditional Chinese medicine to invigorate spleen function and promote urination. Okay, I guess that's got some basis in reality. Okie dokie. Oh yeah, there's this scene with watching TV, like TV in an anime, and it's like pixelated but not, and the colors are really weird. I wonder if this is rotoscoped or like an effect applied to actual TV, or it's something. It's really unique, and I've never seen anything quite like it. Oh, this lighting is nice. It's kind of smexy. This guy has a face, and it's weird. Ah, yes. These individual panels, like this one, the number of gradients of skin tone on him are really stellar. And he's so intimidating. But then he's got, we slide him across and bring Soyotoji in. And he's also super intimidating, but in a much more quiet way. The other guy reminds me of the dragon guy, but Soya is his own monster, his own kind of monster. You see these gradients in the light? Really, really good. They're like really good. And then it's a very different type of shading on his cloth, on his clothing. Makes it almost look like it's cloth with the sort of canvas cross-hatched patterns of light and darkness. Really interesting. The detail on this guy's fingernails is kind of interesting. And his quirk of eating these things. I love his voice actor. I don't know this character's name. Dane. He's got this way of ending all of his sentences sort of on a lilt. This year. It's really interesting. I feel like I've never heard of a voice quite like it. Or a performance quite like it, I should say. Really intriguing. Yeah. Shimada must be watching these two. We see him in his room watching them. With the same kind of lighting. So it's like Rei and Shimada are kind of watching it together, which is kind of cute. And then snacks. And the way this snack scene is animated is fucking awesome. It's like super intimidating. We're like from the perspective of a piece of cake about to be devoured. And he grabs it and just smashes that cake. And then it's whole. Yeah, he just smushes it, picks it up. Ow. We don't actually see it, but we learn in a later piece of cake that he's just eating whole slices of cake. This guy must be big. This detail. Detail on the eyes. Oh, I guess he's just taking a big chomp of it. Ah! And then we see the layers of this cake sort of explode. Yeah, super crazy animation. And he's totally fixated on the board. We see the strawberry explode and the layers of frosting and cakiness explode. It's like something out of what's the cooking show with the orgasms when people eat stuff? Google cooking show anime. It seriously doesn't come up as the first thing. Okay, cooking show anime orgasm. Just gonna search what's Food Wars. Shokugeki no Soma. Okay. Kind of reminds me of that, but instead of being fixated on the characters' reactions, it's just the food. Then we get a similar thing with the what we find out later are glucose cubes. And this is like so serious. It's such serious business eating all this sugar, like such serious business. Like arming themselves for battle. Wow, suge. True master. Thought they were sugar cubes, but no, they're pure glucose. Then this transitions us into making ramen, which I didn't know was a thing. So it's a type of carbonated soft drink. Okay, that I knew. You know, the drinks with the marble. Ramoon candy? Oh, it's designed to taste like the classic soft drink. Interesting. Candies shaped kind of like marbles. Ah. Okay. Morinaga Ramun soda candy. Huh. It's not Ramun, is it? It's Ramune. Ramune. This is the hiragana for... Yeah, for ne. Okay, so it's 3 syllables. Derp. This today's science overlay thing is like a show within a show, kind of. I hope there's more of this, because it's really cute. Sort of like how to do this thing, how to make these candies. The way the lips are animated when... Yeah. Okay, not so much this time. It's still really cute, but especially when Akari eats one. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Eyes aglow. There are so many visual styles here, and so many of them are like slight modifications of the ones that we've seen before in the show. A lot of them are the same, but just with more polish to them. But there are some other new ones too. Oh my god, they're so cute. They're so cute. And again, he goes to their place of his own accord, and he finds that all these positive things sort of tie into each other. Like, making friends at school means he has something that he wants to talk about with Hina and Momo and people, and like... Ray's becoming a real boy! Oh wait, maybe that's what that pup metaphor in the ED is. Maybe. Alright, great OP, great ED. Solid freaking episode. Solid pair of episodes. I'm excited. I'm ecstatic. I've heard a lot of things that season 2 is where this show really kicks into... really kicks into gear, and that season 2 blows season 1 out of the water. So, season 1's a 10 as far as I'm concerned, so we'll see if this is an 11, and I don't think I'm ready for an 11, so come along with me if you are also not ready for an 11, and we will feel feels together. Yes. So, I'm gonna wrap it up, because we're at like 2 hours of recording time. Yikes. It's gonna be a while to edit and render, but I'll get it out. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Sangatsu, episodes 22 and 23. I hope you've enjoyed them as much as I have, and as always, I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace.